Full capacity is coming back to college football in 2021, and we're going to see a lot of hand gestures. So in this video, I wanted to show you guys the hand gestures that some of these universities use to show their loyalty. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do college football videos every single day. Today we're talking about hand gestures. A lot of universities use hand gestures to show their loyalty. A lot of people don't know all these hand gestures, so today I wanted to enlighten you just a little bit. Having said that, I might have forgotten a few, so after watching this video, let me know which one I forgot. Send me an email of a picture of your school's hand gesture to my email address. It's refsuck@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description, but it's spelled refsuck@gmail.com. First up, we'll start off with the more iconic ones. I'm starting off with Texas. That's called the Hook'em Horns, but as a West Virginia fan, we prefer this version. This is a very iconic symbol, but because of their arrogance, people flip it upside down all the time. And then there's several schools that come close to the Hook'em Horn sign. First one is NC State, the Wolfpack sign. It's pretty close, but it is different. Nevada uses the same exact hand gesture. Next up is Miami, the U. I actually like this hand symbol. This one's pretty iconic as well, but of course, if you want to disrespect them, all you gotta do is throw it down. Florida State, not only do they have a hand gesture, but they have an entire arm action going on. The tomahawk chop. When you go to Doak Campbell, you're going to see about 80,000 of those going on, along with the chant. It's pretty intimidating. Staying in the state of Florida is, well, Florida University. They do the gator chomp. Pretty simple and very recognizable. Next up is Utah. This one's actually pretty good. It's close to Miami, except they only use their fingers to form their U. Close, but very different. This next one surprised me, and that's Texas A&M. Their hand gesture, the thumbs up. And actually, it's one of the oldest hand gestures for a university there is. Staying in the state of Texas, the Red Raiders, Texas Tech. Simple enough, your hand resembling a gun. Same thing with Oklahoma State, but usually they do the double guns up. TCU's hand gesture is, not great, but it is unique. The horned frog gesture. It hurts your fingers, and it doesn't look all that great. Another Texas school, Baylor. Very simple hand gesture. The bear claw. That's it. Then we have three other schools that have similar hand gestures as well. First, Houston. Now, Arizona State. The only difference is the finger goes down. And then the next school that kind of uses this is UCLA, but the finger goes to the tip. USC, the Trojans, they have a simple gesture as well. It's basically the peace sign, but that's the U for USC. And they tend to rock it back and forth like a chop. Virginia has a pretty unique gesture as well. It's basically the VA. That's their abbreviation for their state. That's pretty unique right there. Alabama has a hand gesture. I did not know this, but basically Alabama's hand gesture is the diamond cutter. I don't know who copied who. Alabama copied DDP or DDP copied Alabama, but they're pretty much the same. Now is two schools that use the O similarly, but different. First up, Oregon. Pretty simple, easy to do. Now Ohio State's O. Ohio State fans also spell out the entire word of Ohio. O-H-I-O. The next hand gesture is Rice University. Basically your wings, because they're the Rice Owls. Virginia Tech has a pretty unique hand gesture. They form the V with the T, and it does look like the VT on their helmets. Here's Duke's hand gesture, but they don't use it much in football. It's both hands together to form the devil horns. Oklahoma's, well, arm gestures is a quick motion. It's the O-U, O-U. Trust me, as a West Virginia fan, I've seen this gesture many times. This next hand gesture is very unique, and it looks exactly like the helmet sticker, and that's Auburn's. I did not know about this one. This is Auburn's hand gesture. As you can see, it forms the A and the U that interlocks that's on the helmet. I can't do it perfectly, but that's still pretty close. Arkansas has a similar gesture like Alabama, but it's kind of just smaller and skinnier. It's something like this. This is probably not exactly right, but that's close. I did not know that Tennessee has a hand gesture, but they do, and it's kind of unique. It's almost the same as Arizona State's, Houston, and UCLA's, but theirs actually spells out Vol. You see the V, the O, and the L. So you kind of got to turn it sideways. But there you go, Tennessee's hand gesture. BYU's hand gesture, pretty simple, Y. South Carolina has a similar hand gesture. Here's their spurs up, and they also have the Carolina C. Louisville has a hand gesture. It's pretty simple. It's the L. But notice the difference between this next one. 2 fingers with 1 L. That brings me to LSU. Their hand gesture pretty much the same except just 1 finger with the L. Slight difference, but definitely different. Ole Miss has a unique gesture that I didn't know about. It looks like a shark fin. Washington Huskies have a hand symbol. That's the W up. You interlock the finger and pull your thumb in to form the W. Arizona and Kansas State have similar hand gestures. I didn't know this either. You have the W and C for Wildcats, and both of those schools use this hand symbol. Maryland and Michigan have similar hand gestures, but they are different. First, we have Maryland. They use their entire hands. And then there's Michigan. They just use their fingers, but they are definitely similar. Then there's Wisconsin. They do a simple W. Liberty University has a very unique hand gesture. It's actually one of my favorites. You have the L and then the U. That's pretty cool, actually. Vanderbilt has the VU for their hand gesture. It's not bad for Vanderbilt. That surprises me. West Virginia's bitter rival, Pitt, they actually have a hand symbol. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Let me know what you think. So you have the P, then the I, then the 2 T's that are crossed with your other fingers. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it looks ridiculous. This next one, I don't know if it's real or not, but I have seen it, and it's Georgia. So that's supposed to be the bulldog with the floppy ears. I mean, it does kind of make sense, but I don't know if this is their actual sign or not. Somebody enlighten me about Georgia. Then the last hand gesture I want to talk about is my team, West Virginia. And no, I'm not trying to flip you off with some form of arthritis. This forms the outline of our state. The state of West Virginia. You have the top panhandle where Wheeling is, and then you have the right panhandle where Harper's Ferry is, if you're looking at it. In order to try to clear that up, I propose a new hand gesture for West Virginia. This is my idea. I haven't seen it done anywhere else. So if you have seen somebody else do it, let me know. It's going to take 2 hands. You have the W in one hand and the V in the other. That's what I think our hand gesture should be. Y'all let me know your thoughts on that one. I'm sure I forgot a lot of hand gestures out there. So like I said at the beginning of the video, send me an email with a picture of the hand gesture that represents your school. I left my email address in the description of this video. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.